They have. I don't know about Newcastle so much, yeah. 16-1 Bristol City, Swindon, 33-1 Bristol Rovers. I think Paul Hardiman's got something to say about that.
Some good outside bets there, Steve.
Well, I know where I'll be putting my pocket money, but I'm not telling you. Well, Swindon Town. In his first full season as manager, Glenn Hoddle steered them into 8th place. But if he's to improve the side, he'll have to prove a skillful wheeler-dealer in the transfer market. There's little spare cash available at the county ground.
As Glenn Hoddle and assistant John Gorman put the finishing touches this week to Swindon's training, the former England star knew he's going to have to stretch his transfer dealings very carefully this coming season. The directors are saying so after all the money taken out of the club by all those punishments by the Football League and by the income tax authorities for the club's financial wrongdoings.
There is money available to buy them. Not huge sums of money. We're not the Blackburns of this world, but there are sums of money available. But football clubs of this size and this stature and this nature will have to rely on its assets to make ends meet at the end of the day, and our assets are the players. And there's nothing wrong with buying and selling players to achieve that end.
It's one of the management arts, isn't it?
It is indeed.
What's Hoddle's reaction, then, to having his hands tied compared to Kenny Dalglish or Bristol City's £750,000 on 2 players?
Well, I'd say good luck to them guys that are working under them circumstances. You know, there's no sour grapes from me. But it's quite a good challenge. I take it as a challenge. You know, you can and ah about it, and you can say, well, this is the reason why we didn't make it last year, or this is the reason. That's in the past. The facts are there. I knew that when I took the job, and it's a challenge, and you do have to wheel and deal a little bit. And obviously, I've been a bit inexperienced. I've had 1 year at it, and I don't think we've done too bad on the transfer market. But it doesn't make life easy. But sometimes, you know, these things have to be worked at, and they mean more if you do get promotion with a squad and you know, the financial situation as it is. If we did get promotion, it would be even a bigger achievement than Blackburn's last year.
Swindon's money troubles meant they couldn't keep Duncan Shearer in the face of Blackburn's £750,000 offer. Shearer's 32 goals last season, a tremendous contribution. So Hoddle's had to wheel and deal to replace him. He signed Reading's Craig Maskell. That's in a swap deal for Tom Jones, plus cash. And the valuation of the new man, Craig Maskell, is £250,000. He's experienced, and here's Hoddle's rating of him.
Craig's a little bit different to Duncan as a player. He's a goal scorer. He's scored goals in the 3rd and 4th divisions. I feel he can step up, you know, make it that step up and start scoring goals in Division 1 now. I believe that's why I bought him. But he's got a lot of good touches, and he brings other players into play, probably better than Duncan did. And we're looking to maybe get them goals that Duncan got individually as a side. We've got people like Mickey Hazard, Martin Ling and John Moncur, who are great offensive players in midfield, and they're a threat on the edge of the penalty area. And I think Craig, what I've seen so far, it's worked quite well, where he's laying other people in as well as making chances for himself.
Swindon's morale often on the floor during the club's troubles. That's all over now, and they aim to turn on the style for this new season.
And a lot of people looking forward to seeing Glenn Hoddle play as well as manage the season. Mark, by the way, did you realise that you could have been playing alongside Hoddle 10 years ago for Manchester United? News
to me, Scotty, that, to be fair.
Well, Brian Robson has revealed this week that Ron Atkinson wanted to sign you both for the 1982-83 season.
Good midfield, Mark.
Doesn't look bad, Roger, does it? The only problem would be that they'd need a ball eats looking at them. Muren, Wilkins, Robson and Hoddle, and a bit wingless team as well, I would say.
I'll tell you what, if they were given a penalty, there'd be a bit of a scramble to get hold of the ball, wouldn't they? There's a few there who take them well.
Well, 1 or 2, I must admit.
Now, we all pick our dream teams, and Brian Robson picked his there, or rather Ron Atkinson did. Who would be your #1 player that you'd put down first from the players you played with and against?
Oh, I'd have to go for Dalglish.
What are their chances? The climax of last season for Swindon Town came with a 5th-round tie against Aston Villa. A chance for manager Glenn Hoddle to show off his much-proclaimed attractive style of play to a nationwide audience as the game was broadcast live by Match of the Day.
Jones!
Swindon did impress the purists, but went down by 2-1.
And now it's Robert, and there's the shot, and what a goal!
If a person was going to watch every game that we played in and judged us by the standard of our football, then we were a class above every side that was in the division, and I think a lot of teams would agree with that.
Some fans would have settled for less finesse and more goals. A critical blow to their promotion chances came when top scorer Duncan Shearer was sold to Blackburn Rovers 6 weeks from the end of the season.
It was frustrating. It was frustrating for the other players. It was frustrating for the fans. And it was frustrating for the board as well. They would love to be in a position where they could make the club really secure financially so we could go out and do the business on the pitch. We're working towards that.
There was just one close season signing, Craig Maskill from Reading. But despite defeat here by Sporting Lisbon, Hoddle is confident he has a strong enough squad.
His strength is in ability. And we've got certain ability at this club. And the way we play and the system that the lads played last year will be very similar again this year. We've got no reason to feel any apprehension going into the season. We should be nice and positive.